record. Alright, so picking up where we left off, the heavy finish does have 3 timings. I don't really remember if it applies as well to the ground slash, lift strike, and rolling hammer, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't apply to Ki Cannon and Blaster Wave, but I want you to just familiarize yourself really quick with this damage. It's uncharged, half charged, and full charged. Now remember, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is a high momentum character, so your charge speed is going to be faster, so you need to compensate and release your charge button sooner, but just give it a try. So do uncharge really quick. You're going to have to... What I want you to do for this is, since you're... instead of doing the math, just punch 4 times to cover the distance and then do heavy finish. Okay, I'll try it from about here. You're doing Ajax things. Okay, so that's 1,290. Now do it uncharged. I can't tell if that was uncharged or half charged.
I believe that was half charged.
Okay, hold on. Let me switch to Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I'll make it a little easier for you.
Alright.
Is Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta one of the characters you're doing the training with?
Yes.
Okay, then I can give you all the tools that he has.
He is basically my main character that I've been using for like the past month now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right about here. So uncharged is 490. That's 890. 1,290. So again, remember that Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is a high momentum character and we do have 3 buffers, so just give it a try because I need you to familiarize yourself with this. The reason why I'm making you do this is not just to familiarize yourself with your character, but also to program it into your muscle memory. Yeah, do it from my front first. Or if you want, I can do it on your back so you know the differences.
Yeah, do it on my back real quick.
Yeah, just stand still, because I don't want to use rolling hammer. 590. A little too far. 1,070, and this one should be around 1,500. Yeah, somewhere around, yeah, it's a lot of damage, so now you can give it a try.
Is there specific damage scaling that goes into a play, or is it just more damage?
More damage.
That's half charged. That's a Ki Cannon. Should be around here.
There you go, you did the uncharged one. That's the full charge, I believe, 1,290. Now try to get your half charge.
It should be around here.
Yep.
I really need to work on my rush strings again.
Well, we are playing in 120% speed, so okay, there you go. Alright, now, just to make sure, all I need you to do is recover when I knock you down, okay?
Right.
Actually, let me do this from here. Nope, that's still too close. Right about here. That's 550.
550.
That's 1,110. Oh, wait a minute. 680, there we go. Okay, so that means on the back, 660. Whoa! That lag. Okay, 1,340 for the max charge. And 820 for the medium charge. So now you can give it a try.
Alright.
Whee!
That would be a full charge. Full charge.
Yep, that's full charge. Yep. No, that was uncharged. Half charged. There you go. That's half charged. 680. So doing all of these smash attacks, you only need to keep in mind how much damage each one does when you do uncharged, medium charge, and max charge. Now, the only thing I'm going to try really quick is seeing... I'm pretty sure that if you do the medium charge, it breaks your guard. So just guard really quickly and let me give it a try. Okay, it doesn't seem to. Let go. No, that was high. That was also high.
It's very hard to get
There.
medium charge.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get medium. Block again. Okay, it doesn't seem to break, so that's a good thing. Now, the only other ones are Lift Strike and Rolling Hammer, so I'll do Lift Strike first. That's 870. Well, that's with the both hits. Okay, 590, so it might have the same damage for the other one. Come back.
That's a lot more damage.
Yeah. Yeah, 1170, and this one should be the medium charge, 790. Okay, so it does apply to Lift Strike as well. Now the last one is Rolling Hammer. 300. 370. 490. Okay, now you can give it a try.
Not that much.
Yeah.
And once again.
But keeping this in mind, it gives you motivation to go for the full charges depending on the situation. So like the good thing about having a character like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is all the mix-ups that you have, and you can still get more damage out of your ground slashes and your lift strikes. And the best part is that even if you happen to do a lift strike and don't follow it up into an air combo, you can still follow it up with Spirit Breaking Cannon.
Is there a benefit of going for the medium instead of the light or the heavy?
There is not. Well, actually, there technically is, and it depends on who you're fighting. So if you're going up against someone who, for example, can see that you're charging the attack, then you have an opportunity to quickly let go of your charge and release it at medium charge, just in case they try to, like, fly out of the way or something. And this usually will catch them depending on the speed of the move. For example, if I were using full power Bojack's Rolling Hammer, you'd be able to get out of there very quickly because his wind-up time is pretty long, right? Same thing with Super Trunks. If you were doing it with maybe Super Vegeta's right smash, because it's slower than his left, you would get the same thing. You'd be able to get out of there faster than the smash can release. But if you're doing it against a fast character and they try to get out of there, you can actually release it at medium charge and will still hit them depending on the hitbox and speed at which it comes out. So if you want to just get those medium charges done, and then we can do your... Actually, you didn't do ground slash yet, did you?
I did not.
Okay, actually, hold on a second. I want to see something. Not that. Recover?
Yeah. Alright.
I don't think it applies to Rush Keyway, but I'm going to see. 500.
Does it really matter to rush Keyway because you always want to go for the full charge?
Yeah. 1,450. Okay, so it does matter because this is going to be the full charge. Oh, wait, still does 1450. Unless, of course, I guess it just depends with the amount of hits that you get. So now if you want to, you can try the ground slash. Uncharged, medium charge, and full charge.
Alright.
That's uncharged.
Full charge. I think that's me.
That should be medium charge. Let me see really quick.
Alright.
Yeah, that's medium charge. Okay. So now let's go back to the character select and I'll show you neutral. I will use... let's see. Who would be a good character to show you in this situation? Ultimate Gohan's not too fast, so I guess he's a good option. And they both have step-ins and sway-outs. Okay, so keep in mind, again, the first rule of neutral is alignment, because you do more damage on the back than you do on the front. So typically, yeah, come up here. Typically, when you're in neutral, you want to focus on guarding like this at all times. And another thing that you want to keep in mind is the character that you're using. The reason this matters is because depending on the character that you have, ascending ki blasts can be faster. Charge ki blasts, their animation like this, can also be faster for some characters. And also the smashes that you have for each character. Because, for example, you're using Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I can tell you right now his two fastest smashes and best used up close are his forward and his right smash, respectively. The reason for this, the first forward smash is because it covers a greater distance. Like, you should be able to hit me from about right here, maximum. See how far that goes? And depending on where I am around your circumference, you'll be able to hit me with your right smash. Didn't ask you to perfect smash, but it's a good thing you got that. So what I want you to do is, don't turn around, just let me see if you can, like, throw a punch, and then try and do your right smash at about this angle. If you do it correctly, you might be able to hit me.
Throwing a punch hits you.
Yeah, so do your right smash.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's okay, that's okay. Do your right smash.
Alright.
Now you see how his leg is coming up from the left, correct?
Yes.
That has a hitbox. So if I'm on your left side, that will hit me before it actually goes through all the way. You have to keep in mind that not all smashes have like a visual hitbox. Like for some characters, it might seem like from the looks of it alone that it'll only hit certain places. But because if I'm over here on your left side and you try to go for the right smash, your right smash actually has a bigger hitbox than your left smash. So do your left smash. Let's get away from the tree really quick.
Left smash?
Yep. You can see he's winding up his left hand for that, but this has a smaller hitbox than your right smash because it's just a swipe. Your kicks typically have a bigger hitbox depending on the character, but Vegeta's I would say his any left or right smash that he has which uses his arms specifically have smaller hitboxes than his legs. So if you do your left smash from about this distance, see how close that was, and see how far away I was, and that still hit. So if you do it from about here, your right smash should still hit me, see? And that's the maximum range for it, because if you do it from there, it's not going to hit me, but I'm still in the step-in barrier. Okay, I stand corrected, because you charged it up. But basically, those are the primary functions that you should be aware of when playing neutral, is which smashes your characters have that have a big hitbox and come out the fastest. For example, also Ultimate Gohan's fastest are technically his down are technically his down smash and his right smash. These two are his fastest ones. His left is his slowest, and his up is not that bad, but the recoil on it is terrible. And his forward smash would be probably third. So if I'm in neutral, and come up here, what I want you to do is punch me and then teleport to any side you want. Yeah, do it again. 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 You want to try and aim for something like that, because if I'm punching you and... Okay, so I guess now is actually a good time to show you a good thing about neutral. So what I want you to do is I'm going to punch you and then teleport to your left or right. What I want you to do is I want you to let go of guard. You can hold your left stick in any direction you want to, but I would prefer if you did it either forward or back. This will give you a very brief drifting motion, and the moment you let down guard and see that movement, you want to immediately hold block again. This will realign you. Ready?
Ready.
See? And with the other thing you want to keep in mind when you're playing neutral is you don't want to do it too quick, otherwise you'll do what you just did, is a counter teleport. So charge up your ki really quick, because you need to do more ki for this. You go 5 ki gauges. Fill up all 5. So again, remember, when I'm punching and going around you, you want to be able to let go of guard and then immediately go back into guard, but after you've after you've seen like 1 or 2 frames of your character moving. Ready? See? If you do it quick enough without the lag, see? Perfect. You managed to guard that. That's exactly what you want to do. Yep. See, you're getting it just fine. That's all you need to do. Now, the other thing you need to keep in mind is Ki Blast. So the next thing I want you to do is, once I vanish around you, I want you to try and deflect a Ki Blast. So basically just hold block and go left and right. Wow. Lag. See? You were able to realign and deflect them back at me. Excellent. Of course, the lag's not helping us at all, but... See, exactly, you're getting it. Perfect. Ultimate Gohan is a very good training partner for you to get this done, only because he's not the slowest, but he's not the fastest. If we did this with Cell, because his frame data is a lot faster, there is a chance it might not work. And the only reason I'm telling you might is because I've never really been in that situation that much where I'm actually trying to deflect the Ki Blast. I'm just trying to stay on neutral guard and then look for an opening. So I will switch to Cell, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. All I need you to do is hold guard, and then after that we can do the deflecting of the Ki Blasts.
Alright.
Oh, and also to show you the difference in momentum, come down here. Just in case you're not aware of it. Do a fully charged heavy finish on me.
Right.
Yeah, hold on. Just give it a second. Okay, now do it. And the reason I made you wait just now is so that your momentum reverted back to 0.
Alright.
Yeah, good. Just, yeah, you have to let your momentum go back down to 0 so I can show you the ideology behind this.
Alright.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't even know what I just did.
Don't worry about it. We're lagging, so it's all good. Go ahead. You can hit me. It doesn't matter. You can hit me.
Auto combo.
Yeah, try again.
I seriously need to relearn less strings.
Okay, so you see how fast that went through, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I do that to you, you see how much slower that was?
Indeed, I did.
Because is someone else on the call?
Sushi.
Oh, what's up, Solid?
I'm just watching it all straight.
Oh, that's good.
I'm just playing TF2 Rocket Jump and Academy thingy.
I've never played TF2, but I've heard a lot about it.
On it, free is $20. It's 20 games.
So the reason I wanted to show you that was because, again, as I said earlier, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is a very high momentum character, and in terms of momentum, he's actually at the top of the list. So at the top of the list are the Super Saiyan 4 characters, all the fusions, all the giants, except for technically Pilaf Machine Fusion, and maybe one other character. So what you need to keep in mind with these characters is that because your momentum is higher, your attacks will also charge faster. Okay, so now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch and try to go around you. All I need you to do is try and do neutral guard again, okay?
Right.
See? My frame data might be faster, but if you can retain that neutral guard, that's all you need to do. So now I'm going to do for the Ki Blast. Let me just charge up a little Ki here. Ready?
Ready.
See?
You know what you're the voice actor in the TF2 game?
Pardon?
Oh my gosh, I need to disable that voice. They're all like talking about some nerfs. I'm like, 2.2 is dead. Like, the developers don't even nerf anything.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you something a bit more complicated. I'm going to vanish around you, and what I want you to try and do is let down guard and then try and do either a level 1 forward smash or a level 1 right smash. Ready?
Alright.
And the reason I'm doing the Ki Blast is because when I'm doing the Ki Blast and you're charging, you get iframes. So you can pretty much just go through my Ki Blasts and hit me. It's free.
Do I need to go down again after I let go guard?
It's up to you. You can for this one you can do any direction that you want to, but since you're going for a forward or a right smash, I would suggest that you do right if you're going for right, and if you're doing neutral, just maybe hold forward and then do this. So you can like for a split second let go of it, and then you can get it like that. Unfortunately, we do have lag, so I'm not entirely expecting you to get it even once, but if you can, you'll be fine. The main thing is that you already figured out... There you go. The main thing is that you already figured out how to go back into neutral guard while I'm vanishing around you, and that's the most important thing, because when you're playing in high buffer connections, what you need to keep in mind is you don't always want to do a counter rush teleport because it consumes ki. You want to play smarter with your ki, otherwise you risk getting guard crushed, and nobody wants that, right?
Correct.
So we'll do this a couple more times just so you have an idea of it. I'm just going to vanish around you. All I need you to do is guard. Perfect.
And then ki.
Perfect. You've already got the hang of it. You got like 5 times, so that's perfect. Even more so because you're fighting against Cell, and he's literally the fastest character in terms of frame data for doing this kind of thing. Minus Britter, of course. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Kid Buu. Excellent. Perfect. You're getting it just fine. Okay, I think there was one other thing that I mentioned. Give me a second to just pull up my notepad because I maybe forgot one thing. Let me... Notepad. Alignment, I taught you. Character, speed, smash, and ki. Ah, that was what I forgot. So the other thing you need to keep in mind when I'm vanishing around you is the possibility of your opponent doing this. Because the moment they do that, they'll be able to do this. Right? They'll immediately go into ki poking, and there isn't much you can do about that. So whenever they happen to do this, you want to instantly either ascend or descend with them, so that way, if they're... So come back up here for a second. So if I vanish around you and I just descend down like this, straight down, you can come down with me, and if there's a chance that I'm shooting more than one ki blast, you can try and deflect it towards me. So let's give that a try really quick. I'm going to vanish around you. All I'm going to do is descend straight down, and I'm then going to spam triangle, okay?
Alright.
See? If I shoot multiple ki blasts, you'll be able to deflect it back at me, but if I shoot one, you can't do anything, right? And then I'll be able to, like, do a semi-flank or get around you. Now, alternatively, if I vanish around you and I hold back while I'm descending, I can create enough space to do a semi-flank or do a complete ki flank around you. And this is where you need to wonder what are your options. So since you're Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, you do have 1, 2, 3 options. You can try and pursue me and then pursue backwards. And what that means is, come back up here. What you do is, if I'm descending down this way, you can dash towards me by holding forward and then hit your dash button and then hit descend and back. What this will do is it'll do something like this. Just stay there. Stay there. You'll do something like that. Descend. Come down about here. A bit higher. Right here. Yeah, right there. If you hit descend, you can do this, and then you want to hit back and forward so that way you realign yourself facing your opponent, and then if you're against a character like Cell, you can fight fire with fire by shooting ki blasts. And the greatest tool, actually, one of the greatest tools that all the Vegetas have in the game is that you shoot 10 ki blasts, and their tracking is actually really good. So just in case... 10. Yep, just spam triangle. Just hit me. 10 hits, see? Now, Cell, on the other hand, only shoots 7 or 8, if I recall. Yep, 7. Now, really quick, I'm going to show you the only character in the game, if I recall correctly, that shoots 12. And actually, I found this out in Tenkaichi 2 first. It's Super Gogeta.
I would have thought it would be third form reset.
I actually I think he's also like the Vegetas. He also shoots 10. Now the difference here is that Gogeta in neutral shoots about 10, if I recall correctly. Don't block. Let me just see. Okay, he shoots about 9. It should be 10. Okay, looks like it's 9. In Tenkaichi 2, it's 10, though. Now, if I'm dashing at you... Stay still. Stay still. If I'm dashing at you... See how many of that is? 12. He's the only character in the game that can shoot 12 while dashing. What's up?
Can you pause your key blast to do a dash key fling? Because you know how Page showed that if you have a longer key blast span, it's not good for dash key flanking?
Are you asking me if you can pause a singular dash key input?
Like, mid dash key, can you like just pause it and press circle and like go around him for the dash key fling tech? Or do you have
Okay, so hold on. Let me just get an understanding. So, Pretzel, just stay still for a second. When I dash at you and I do a singular key input, that's 4 hits. Are you asking me if you can pause it before I hit 4 hits?
Oh, no, never mind. I got my question answer, never mind. I was wondering because Paige was like, if your character does a lot of key blasts on his dash key, it's not good for flanking.
Yeah, it's not good for flanking at all. So technically speaking, that's one of the reasons why Cell is one of the best key flankers in the game. It's because from one singular input, he does 3, but he can do a total of 9. Now, Gogeta having 12, I would guess that means he could do 4 key flanks.
He would, but the issue is that because of that first one being so long, that opponent can swipe it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. The more key blasts you have from a singular dash key input, the worse it is. So, also Pretzel, because you've got 10, it means that your singular dash key input will be 5 key blasts if you want to try it. Just dash at me and do 1 triangle input.
So run divide by 2.
Yep. So you do 5. Yeah. So what Solid is trying to tell you is that every character that has more key blast, it is not healthy for them to do a key flank whatsoever. Not unless your opponent doesn't really know how to block. Like, for example, Base Trunks as well only has 2 key blasts per dash key, and if I recall correctly, he can do a total... No, wait a minute. I think it's a total of 6.
Key blast mechanic is different. The way he shoots key blast, he shoots 2 at a time. That's not a good thing.
Are you sure it's 2 or 3?
It's 2.
Let me see.
Super Trunks, is that alright?
Whoops.
The
Nope, it's 4. Or let me see, hold on. Yeah, it's 4.
I meant like regular neutral state.
You mean a charge key? Oh. Yeah, that's 3, yeah.
Go back. Like, go all the way back. 2. That's for T2. Oh, wait, T2.
Yeah, it's probably T2.
Trunks, on the other hand, if you transform right now, if you do Super Saiyan Trunks and shoot Kila, he shoots 2 at a time.
No, it's different between Tenkaichi 2 and Tenkaichi 3, and I guess now is a good time to tell you, Pretzel. Every character also has 3 different kinds of ki blast. So there's the neutral like this, there's the ascending, and of course there's the dashing one. This also applies to the charge ki blast because not everyone's charge ki blast works the same. So there's this, and then of course there's this. The only difference being with the charged key one, when you're dashing like this, is that you can do this. And that's a 1-frame technique, by the way. I'm actually surprised that I got that on my first try. If you want to give it a try right now, you can, because it is beneficial for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. So what you want to do is no, it's not a good idea to do with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Who's another character that you like to use?
Oh, yeah. Hey,
What's up?
I think it's wise to teach him something. So, being that as a neutral, like, to teach him neutral, Snare taught me something interesting for neutral game. If your opponent is always trying to space out, the best way to get confrontation is by doing a dashing to him and doing a charge key blast, because it tracks them, right? Your character tracks to them.
Absolutely. But it's best to go for that option when your opponent doesn't have enough key bars for a blast 2, because the moment you input a charged Ki Blast while dashing, the game forces you to realign and you dash straight at the person. So if they have enough Ki Blasts to just blast you in the face, it's actually more detrimental than beneficial.
It depends on the character that you're doing it blast. If it's Madonhan, yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing to keep in mind, Pretzel, is never do a dashing charge Ki Blast with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta unless you're fighting Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, and the only reason for that is because his charge Ki Blast is so strong that it'll make the opponent fall automatically.
That's a good or bad thing if you want to combo it.
Well, if you're up against Broly, hold on, let me see something. I've been wanting to try this out, and I just never got around to it. Take Legendary Super Saiyan Broly for me.
I have a PS2 controller. It's just wired and I don't know how to set it up.
Get an adapter. You can buy an adapter.
I'm pretty sure I have one of those somewhere. I'm also pretty sure I have a wireless PS2 controller somewhere.
Don't play wireless.
A wireless PS2 controller, yuck.
There's a thing, but the issue is that Bluetooth is old. You have so much info lag.
That's why I use Xbox.
Okay, so level 1s don't stun Broly as I thought, but level 2 should. Let me just see really quick. Hold on, that's level 1. Oh, this is level 1. 1,010 damage, that's crazy. Ouch, my face.
I was showing you Pretzel the death of Tenkaichi series, and I was trying to give it a global appearance. It applies to Q3 as well, to a degree.
Yep.
Okay, this is bad. Hold on, get up.
This is not good. Yeah,
Okay, so never mind, it's pointless to do it even on Broly. That kinda sucks.
I was trying to use Super Saiyan for Vegeta, but nothing was going well. I guess if I Broly,
Should I pick?
also notice, but Broly used to be the #1 character before Cell.
No, go with Future Gohan, since you picked him before. If I recall correctly, Future Gohan also shoots about 3 or 4 Ki Blasts during his during his Ki flank. So, if you want to try that really quick, you can. And then then I'll teach you the. Oh, it is 3. Wow, looks like memory has paid off. Okay, so what you want to do for this tech that I'm pretty much calling the Spanish Backdash at this point is the moment your charging Ki Blast hits is you wanna you don't want to do it. You don't want to hold X the moment it right after you finish doing the input. You want to wait for it to land and then hold X and backward. And if you do it properly, you'll be able to dash backwards. It's a 1-frame tech, but very easy once you get the hang of it. Yeah, try it again. I think you got it, but try to do it when you're like up in my face like that. And don't go too far back. Just dash at me and yeah. Yeah, try again.
That's a step in.
So the moment the charged Ki Blast hits me is kind of when you want to hold X and then like dash left, right, or backwards.
Is there a reason why you're calling it the Spanish Backdash?
Well, 2 reasons. One is because it's a name that makes sense. The second reason is because I asked one of the Argentinian players who I just met and befriended recently, and the name that he gave me for this tech is so overly complicated it's ridiculous.
What he named it?
It's like a 5-word name.
Why?
Exactly my point. So why go with that, right? So apparently though the Argentinians don't really care about the names of the tech as long as it works for them. So I'm like, okay, we're just probably going to call it the Spanish Backdash. So you want me to show it to you again?
Yeah, sure.
Ugh, God, Trunks, you are so slow on the ground. Amazing.
Then transform into Super Trunks.
Yep. Never.
You're gonna keep playing Super Trunks.
Absolutely. There, I did it twice. You try it again. So remember, like, the moment the charged Ki Blast leaves your hand or hits me is when you want to try holding X and back.
Can you press the keyboard that time? Alright.
Now let me go higher. I should actually ask Yosha, how many frames do you need to start a charged Ki Blast after a dash input? I've been very curious about that.
Too many. More than this much.
Yeah. So remember when you're doing this, you don't want to immediately hold X like right after square. You just want to like, you want to do this. Oh my god, lag, stop. Ah, stop downloading porn, Shroomish.
What? Lucas player on Guilty Gear. I just hear.
So just keep in mind when you're doing this, once you've released triangle, the charged Ki Blast should have already made contact, and that's when you want to hold X to try and do your dash back wherever it is. Of course, it doesn't help that we're lagging a little, so.
You gotta take into account boxer.
Mm-hmm. There, I did it twice again. You can try it again. I'll give you until Trunks dies. If you don't get it, don't worry about it. I'll just record a clip with my gamepad viewer and show it to you after.
Well, if it's a frame perfect input.
Yeah. It's actually not that difficult once you get used to it because I think... There you go, you got it, nice. Because I think it's the exact same frame that you use for Ki Bombardment and Dragon Barrage. So, yeah, it seems to be, yeah. Okay, so going back to neutral for a minute, let me go back to super. So, one of the advantages that you have against Trunks in neutral is that you don't want to use Ki Blasts with him, right? Because his Ki Blasts are so slow, his frame data is overall slow. So typically, if I vanish around you, I want to go for a descend immediately and then try to semi-flank. But because you're faster than I am, you can just outspeed me. So my only other option would be to vanish around you and then go for this, but you can see how slow that is. You can immediately just get out of there. It doesn't even matter, right? See how slow that is? See, there you go. You got it. Perfect. Excellent. Now, if we do that against, I'll use Perfect Cell again, just so you can get an idea of how much faster that is. And you should still be able to do it, because Future Gohan's speed is actually not bad. Do you have any questions so far?
Currently, no.
Okay, cool. See? There you go. You can just instantly get around that. Now, typically, you don't actually want to ascend or descend out of the way, and I'll tell you why. It's because if your opponent is stubborn, I won't use the word dumb. If they're stubborn enough to continue doing this, vanishing around you while you're guarding neutral, you can exhaust their ki, and that's a strategic move. You actually want to aim for that. If they're more self-aware than that, and then they try to ascend, descend out of the way, go for like some ki poking or whatever, then yeah, you might have to reconsider your options and try to do some zoning and then get around to the back. But otherwise, if they're going to remain neutral like this, you can definitely try and go to extra lengths to deplete their ki, and then try and aim for a guard crush somewhere. So let's test something else. We both have Blaster Wave. Yeah, don't guard for a second. Let me see something. 730. 950. 1,250. Okay. I don't think medium charge is going to break it, but let's see. Guard for me. Yeah, that's uncharged. It does. Okay, so I think this might apply to Ki Cannon as well. So one of the best options that future Gohan has is that his Blaster Wave is literally on his first punch. Now, the only problem is, I'm pretty sure... Is it true? Hit me? Okay, it is true. So you don't have to worry about this from the front, but if you're using another character like... okay, block? Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch you, and then I need you to hold block, okay?
Alright.
Okay, that is true. Let me try another character. I think, can't remember which characters are slow enough that their Blaster Wave doesn't connect. I know Broly is one, but I don't want to use him as an example. Majin Buu, maybe, actually. What you can do is, even if your Blaster Wave or Ki Cannon is true, you can still charge it up to medium just to go for the Guard Crush, because that's an excellent way of depleting your opponent's Ki in neutral. And if you want to, you can just go into a semi-flank after that and get some more damage. So I'm going to punch you, then you just hold block, okay?
Alright.
See, that's blockable, so that's not true. But if I do it on the second string... That's true, only because he's a little bit faster in second string. Okay, so in terms of neutral, your best characters so far are Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Super Saiyan Future Gohan, but keep in mind, if you're going to use Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, try not to use Charged Ki Blast on level 2 charge, because it's just going to completely make your opponent fall. Now, unless you want to follow it up with a Giant Throw, that's completely up to you, but we can cover that later on. Usually, since these are 3v3s, do you have a third character?
I've been trying a lot of Super Saiyan 2.
Okay, in that case, I will go Majin Vegeta. Now, unfortunately, Super Saiyan 2 Goku is one of the characters that falls... He's kind of like straight down the middle. Like, he's not great, but he's not bad either. He's more of a styling character, and his Charge Ki Blast is exactly like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's. If you want to just shoot one at me really quick. Now you can do level 2. Oh, okay, so I guess it does have... Maybe it's his dashing one. Do the dashing one at me. Was that level 1 or level 2?
I believe that was level 2 or 4.
Oh yeah, just do a level 1.
Alright, just do a level 1.
Oh, okay, so it's fine. Okay, so, I think this also applies to your Ascending Ki Blast. Do an Ascending Charge Ki Blast.
That's level 1.
You're not doing it correctly. Okay, I have a good way to teach you this. So what I want you to do, come down here. I'm going to show you how to do a frame 1 Charge Ki Blast for Dragon Barrage. It's going to look like that. You're gonna practically not even leave the ground. What you want to do is you want to hold triangle and then immediately hold R1. And if you do it correctly, it'll look like this. There you go. You see how Goku is like bringing his arms down to his hip? That's the ascending charged Ki Blast animation. So now try to do a frame perfect one while you're on the ground. Okay, so stop for a second, I'll tell you. So it's supposed to look like this. Triangle R1. Triangle R1. Triangle R1. Almost simultaneously. That's close, but you want to charge it. Keep that in mind.
Alright.
Because the input that the French community uses for the Dragon Barrage is literally this. It's supposed to be frame perfect, like this. Almost. Okay, see, there you actually got the ascending part, but you didn't get the charge key part. So it literally has to look pretty much like this. If you do it properly, you'll pretty much like not leave the ground at all. And remember, just do a light charge to the triangle. You don't have to charge it all the way. If you see that you've gone too high, then yeah, just let it go.
I can do it with not charging it.
If you can do it with not charging it, then you need to do it while you're charging it. Just try to apply the exact same timing. Fight again. Yeah, see, like that. Now, apply that timing, but hold triangle instead of just pressing it. You know what? While you do that, I'm going to see if I can record my hand with my phone just to show you. This is going to be awkward. Video. Stop. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna send it in mod chat really quick. General discussion. Okay, here's what the input looks like. We're not stopping this until you get it once. I believe in you.
I certainly don't. Well, there's one way to realize that Ki Blasts are really good at tracking.
They indeed are. Remember, you want to hit triangle first and then R1. Yeah, see, like that. Now you just have to apply that timing to holding it instead of pressing it.
Is there something special with Goku's Ki Blast that might make it not work?
No. I'm pretty sure it works. If you want, I'll switch to him really quick. I'm sure it'll work just fine. Yep, it works just fine. Yeah, it works just fine.
It's perfectly fine when I just tap the button.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll move on to this again later. I'm gonna show you one more thing for neutral. I guess I can show it to you with Majin Vegeta. So the other thing you need to keep in mind when you're in neutral is the character that you're fighting against. For example, if you're fighting against Android 17, do keep in mind that his first two moves are flying kick. So the problem with that is that if 17 gets you in a combo, right, and you don't want to take extra damage, you have to run the risk of guarding neutral first and wait to see if he does flying kick and then try to react accordingly, because if you guard up, that'll happen. So whenever you're guarding up, you're vulnerable to heavy finish, guard up. You're vulnerable to heavy finish, you're vulnerable to ground slash, and I think Up, left, and right smash and forward smash will break your guard. Let me see really quick. One of these is supposed to break guard. Or maybe it's just a level charge. Come back down. Yeah, block up. Yeah, that breaks guard, see? And that's a medium charge if I recall correctly. Hold up. That's forward level 1. Yep, level 2 breaks an up guard. So you need to keep these things in mind when you're guarding neutral. Is that if you're up against a character that has flying kick or ki cannon or something, you have to be ready for a medium charge left smash or a medium charge ki cannon or blaster wave. And if they have a flying kick on their first or second punch and they're very fast like 17, you have to be ready for the ground slash. Otherwise, you will be taking damage for nothing. Now, the only good part about that is the ground slash will more than likely be uncharged and you're on green bar. So what I'm going to do is guard up. Yeah, guard up. I'm going to hit you with a ground slash. I just want you to mash to recover really quick, okay?
Alright.
Let's try that again. Guard up. You see how fast you can recover and go back to neutral if you just mash to guard while you are on green bar? So that's one other thing that you need to keep in mind when guarding neutral is try to take as least damage as possible or as little damage as possible, because the more health you have, the faster you can recover. The more your health goes down, obviously the slower you recover and the less vanishing frames you get to work with. Because I'm sure you know that when you're on red bar, you have like 1 frame to vanish, like super explosive wave type attacks, right? Yeah, so when let's do it again. Oh, I think it also applies to lift strike. Yep, it also applies to lift strike. The only other thing we didn't try, I think, is rolling hammer, so guard up. Yep, you're also vulnerable to that. So when you're guarding up, what you want to do is immediately let go of up after you've guarded a flying kick or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch you while you're guarding up. When I get to my 3rd punch, I want you to just let go of your directional input and hold your block button, okay?
Alright.
Perfect, see? Now, if you know those attacks are going to be coming in, then you'll be able to anticipate them. So in 17's case, it's flying kick, heavy finish. Just so I'm not talking out of my ass from memory, let's see if I'm right about that, because I don't actually like using them a lot. Yeah.
Not really many NA players use 17.
He's not a bad character, I just don't like him much.
He really only has balls.
Yeah. Yeah, flying kick, heavy finish. And what makes his harder to combat is the fact that he's fast. So guard up. And once I get to my 3rd or my 4th, I want you to let go and you need to anticipate the heavy finish, okay?
Alright.
Perfect. Now let's come back up here and try it up here. Excellent. Now guard up while I'm doing this, just to make sure of something. You were guarding up, correct?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, so it still goes through. So these are the things that you need to keep in mind when you're fighting against different characters. Like, I'll go through all the high tiers really quick, just from memory. So 17, obviously you know him. Perfect Cell has Flying Kick, Blaster Wave, and then 2 heavy finishes. Vegito, we'll cover both Vegitos. Vegito has Heavy Finish, Rolling Hammer, Ki Cannon, Heavy Finish. Super Vegito has Rush Ki Wave, Rolling Hammer, Ki Cannon, Heavy Finish. I don't know if it applies to Rush Ki Wave. I don't think it does, but let's try it really quick.
Alright.
Okay, so just guard up. Okay, keep guarding up. Okay, so it doesn't apply to Rush Ki Wave. That's a good thing. Now, if I recall correctly, blocking down, you do have some things to worry about. Let me see here. Just guard down. Okay, so you do still get a guard crush. I was right about that. Oh. Okay, no, it does still guard crush. And if you're blocking down, you will be susceptible to heavy finish, if I recall correctly, but not rolling hammer. Okay, I stand corrected. Yeah, so remember, whenever you're guarding up and down, you will be vulnerable to all of these smash attacks. And the best way to guard against them is your goal for neutral here, which is just holding forward, guarding neutral. So, any questions so far? Does all of that sound good to you? Does all of it make sense?
It all makes sense to me.
Perfect. Okay. There probably is one more thing you need to keep in mind when playing neutral, and I already covered it, but I'm going to tell you again, is that characters that have fast smashes and a fast dash speed, when they teleport around you, you have two options, or technically three. The first option is you can do a level 1 charged smash, depending on which character you have, because if you anticipate that they're going to do ascending ki blasts, then you can hit them while they're doing ascending ki blasts and get a free punch off. Now, when you're up against Cell, I highly, highly recommend you keep an eye in that split second that you do it on his blast stocks, because if he's got enough for after image, the opponent will use after image to get out of there.
I just now noticed that I'm recording OBS with Bluetooth headphones and the audio is working.
Oh, there you go.
Huh.
So let's come up here really quick. Now keep in mind, if what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and punch around you and I'm going to go for ascending ki blast. What you want to do is you want to let go of guard, immediately realign, and then try to use a level 1 smash. In this case, I'm using base Vegeta and his speed is not that great. You're faster than I am, you have better frame data, so this shouldn't be too hard. Ready?
Ready.
You got the alignment, you just need to get the punch out. If you want, you can also try something else. When you let go of guard, just do a directional input or wait until your camera moves and then try to do your level 1 charge, okay?
Alright.
Whoops. Whee! Okay, so you see how the camera is shifting in this moment, right? This is where you can just let go of guard. You probably don't even have to do a directional input, because if you're using a character that's faster than the one your opponent is using, doing a directional smash will automatically realign you, if I recall correctly. Let me test that really quick. Don't move. Don't move, don't move. Okay, now hold square. Yep, you instantly realign. So if you're trying to guard neutral and then you want to get your opponent in a combo using iframes against ki blasts, you can probably just do a charge smash right after that. You might not be able to do it because of the lag, but I promise you it is possible. See, there you go, you got it, nice. And try it again. There you go, excellent. I'm literally spamming triangle and you're getting that. Excellent. Excellent, there you go, perfect. Okay, so that pretty much covers everything so far. The only thing I don't have for you is like a list of all the characters that have the fastest frame data and which ones would be most advantageous in neutral, but otherwise that covers everything. And alternatively, if you want to, I think this works, I'm not too sure. Take 2% for Vegeta. I just want to see if you can Solar Flare in neutral, and I'm sure you can. I just don't use it much. Okay, use some up smashes on me because I need to get my blast stocks up. And don't perfect smash. Get me up to 4.
I'm just now realizing that perfectly blocking gives you blast stocks.
Yeah, perfectly blocking gives you blast stocks, and of course deflecting ki blasts if you want to as well. It also gives you, replenishes your ki. Okay, I'm gonna just charge up a bit. All I need you to do is punch me and teleport to the side.
Alright.
Okay, it does work. I didn't even need to realign for that. I just wanted to confirm that. Okay, we are hitting literally an hour, which is